You don't have to look into many places to find your many faces. Oh my god.
Raging Hulk.
On our way, Wesley.
On our way.
On our way to RetroHeaven in Diest, Belgium. Quite a little bit of a drive, so we're doing our best to try to be there at opening and get in there early for the gems, for the plastic gems. What are you looking for, Wes? What's on the list today?
That's a good. Normally I have lists like for Toyplosion. I really had some stuff that I wanted, but since Japan, I kind of threw that out of the window because it doesn't matter. Basically, it doesn't matter because once you see something you know you want it, then that's more fun.
You want to let yourself be surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
So can you name a toy that if you see it at RetroHeaven, you're gonna get it immediately? Is there one thing that you're like, bam, immediately?
Mad Balls.
Mad Balls?
Yes. The ones you have.
The head poppers?
Yes, of course.
But don't you have your originals from your childhood anymore?
I only have skull face body. That's it. So
you lost your balls.
Yes, I lost my balls.
What's your go-to toy hunting tactic when you go to one of these shows?
To go by every stand that's there, basically, and scan. What do we have? Yes, okay, I'll remember that. Scan. Basically, continue that cycle until you filter out what you want, and then buy. That's basically it.
So you see somebody running circles?
Yes, that's me. Yeah, okay. Not sure, maybe. Yeah. What's your approach?
My approach, well, similar to you, early scout run, take pictures of everything that I find semi-interesting so I know where to find it. Imagine somebody else walking away with it instead of you. If that hurts, then you buy it. That's my tactic.
Or don't buy it, walk away, then regret it, and come back, right?
And then order it later.
Yeah, exactly. Then
I'm working on that.
And what you're looking for on this event?
Well, I am on a bit of a 90s binge, of course, with the Euro Transformers. So that is, of course, my main focus. I also secretly, kinda, maybe, want to buy a SEGA Nomad at some point. And RetroHeaven is not just vintage toys, it's also vintage video games. So I expect there to be a SEGA Nomad. The question is, do I want to buy a SEGA Nomad and be broke all summer? Or do I put that on the long-term goals list? We're whoa-ho, halfway there, whoa-ho, living on a prayer.
Yeah.
But we've got a good playlist, right, Wes?
We got a good playlist. It's all 80s, 90s cartoons and TV shows and movie score awesomeness.
We're in a bubble of our nostalgia. Link to the playlist in the comments below.
Will do.
Boinkers, Wes. Ja, zeker. Heleboel boinkers. Ooh, it's another scorcher. Oh, and what better way to spend a heat wave than in a hall full of old plastic. This is only the second edition of RetroHeaven, so it's a relatively young show. It combines retro video games with vintage toys and exhibitions and arcade machines and wrestling. And we brought some of Marcus's leftovers from Toy Zone in Haarlem to sell them here. This is Mint in Mind. My name is Vince and we're going toy hunting. So So Wes, after Koppensneller and Nitro.
Yes.
Koppensneller en Nitro.
Koppensneller en Nitro. Samen met de Ultra Police heeft Robocop nog meer vuurkracht.
So, and now it all makes sense. His name is Headhunter, of course.
Of course.
That's a really cool find, man.
Yeah, I would say so. Still some figures that I need to complete the line, and these are the ones. So I think I'm gonna get them.
The Ultra Police, right?
Yes, or the YMCA, please, whatever you wanna.
That's a majestic looking mustache.
Yes.
That's a real cop.
That's a real cop. Deze alsjeblieft.
Kijk, geweldig.
Fresh off the toy hunt with Pixel Dan, we get to hang out with our Belgian buddy Ed again. We even get to sell some of our stuff at his table. So we get to move some of Marcus's Visionaries and Dino Riders on to new owners. And it's good to have a little bit of a base at a busy toy show like this. You know, a place to go and hang out and stash your stuff and take a breather as we take turns manning the booth and hitting the floor.
ToyBuster,
Yeah.
I know you're into many faces, and the fun thing about many faces is when you already have one. Do you have one at home?
I've not one at home.
Not one?
No, not
okay.
a single
well,
one.
I can already get you on the way to completing your many faces collection because in order to display them properly, you're going to want 3 of them to have each face.
Oh,
Oh,
now that's tempting.
and that's that.
Now you have your hunting goal.
Well, let me sell you on these pieces right here.
You don't have to look into many places to find your
many
many faces. Hey Ed, do you want this?
It's a ninja.
It's a 5.5 weirdo.
It's a
You want it?
5.5 weirdo. I like ninjas. Yeah, thank you, man.
I found it. It's yours.
I like his head. It's like mushy and everything.
It's like super squishy. Look at that. That's how I feel right now with this heat.
With this heat?
Yeah, this is how I feel.
I love it. Thank you, man.
Wesley,
Yes.
why are these Jurassic Park toys special?
These are special because there's a difference between the book and the movie. And when they created these toys, they only had the book as reference. So they just created designs for that specific line. So they kind of try to correct that with this line of toys, where they try to match the character's likeness of the movie.
So it's like a correction on what they originally did.
Absolutely, yeah, correct. That's not to say for these ones. These are later just add-ons, the Dino Trackers and the Evil Raiders. That's more a. I believe that's the final series.
So are you interested if they were for sale?
Only one. That's Ian Malcolm.
Oh yes! Look at that, there he is in the back. There he is. There may be trouble ahead. Richard, hey!
Good to see you.
Ooh,
I have here.
Look at that.
Some Euro goodness.
Look at all those colors. Look at that. I bet that's how insects see the world. This colorful, amazing. And this is a nice one because this is a color changing one as well. And they made the
It reacts to heat, or
yeah the front is
oh, then we
like
might actually notice today because it's really hot.
it is. Can you tell?
Yeah.
And they made the baffling decision to load it up with a ton of stickers, even though it's a water
supposed to get
toy.
wet, yeah.
Yeah, which is like a baffling toy design idea. How do you combine stickers with a water feature? So I'm so glad that this one looks so nice with all his stickers complete. Look at that. That's gorgeous. I want it, Richard.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been holding it for you for a while, so.
Finally.
Lekker.
So much of what I love about Transformers comes down to having the right mix of having an interesting transformation, cool color choices, and cutting a distinctive silhouette. Which means sometimes I get really excited about a robot that others deem unremarkable, like this 1993 Aquaspeeder Deluge. A robot that bridges generations as he was released as part of G1 and G2. And although he started out as a Euro exclusive, a repaint of this guy made it over to the US with a new name, Drench, and without his pink windows.
Boring.
Honestly, I'm a little bit amazed by the condition of this guy, considering all the gimmicks working against its survival. I mean, heat-sensitive color-changing plastic, a water-squirting feature, and so many little tiny stickers. Thanks, Richard, for bringing this guy over. Now I have an Autobot counterpart to go with the Decepticon Hydro Cruiser that I have yet to unpack. Subscribe for a future double feature 90s Euro trip unboxing episode crossover.
What do you have there, Vince?
It's my
Cup of coffee in the big time.
It's cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
it's a lovely vintage Transformers Ultra Magnus mug. How cool is that? The question is always, does he still smell?
if you've been watching the channel, then you know that Stinkor here had probably the best action feature of all of Motu. His action feature is that he smells.
I smell trouble! Men-at-arms cannot escape the evil smell of Stinkor.
Stinkor with real smell is new from the Masters of the Universe collection. Other action figures each sold separately from Mattel.
But of course, this is a 40-year-old toy, so often they lose their smell over time. So I'm trying to find one that still has that patchouli smell.
Stinkt die nog?
Het is wel gewassen, maar...
Ja, kijk, hij is een geur kwijt.
Ja.
Nee.
I'm going to smell your Stinkor, if that's okay.
No.
Not even a hint. Could this be it? Could this be the end of the 3-year saga for the still smelling Stinkor? There have been plenty of opportunities throughout the years to purchase a lovely, nice, complete Masters of the Universe Stinkor, but one that still has enough of his unique odor? That's the challenge. Memories are more than just visuals. They are tactile, olfactory, how they feel, how they smell. The patchouli oil infused plastic of Motu Stinkor it hits deep with me. And this might be the nostalgia talking, but I don't even think he stinks. It's more of a 80s dad cologne smell. Today, here at RetroHeaven in Belgium would be the perfect place and time to finally find one. In a heat wave, in a room packed full of sweaty collectors.
We know what we smell like on a day like this.
Could this Stinkor finally be the one?
Let's dig in. Oh my god.
How do you feel right now?
There's a lot of nostalgia coming up. It's amazing. Yeah? We have him.
We have him.
A still smelling Stinkor. It's amazing. After all these years.
Yes, finally.
I want it. Let's make it real. Oh, yes. Ja. Het is hem echt. Dat is hem echt. I'm hungry. If you're here, who's manning the booth?
Wait, you're not manning the booth?
I thought you were manning the booth.
Well, I was buying this.
Oh my god.
Raging Hulk.
RetroHeaven isn't just about toys, it's also a full-on retro video game show. And while I focus my collecting on toys, I also feel very nostalgic about these old video games.
So This hit me right here. Nostalgic hits. Because what the hell is this? This is the very sexy SEGA Game Gear battery pack. Words can't describe how much I wanted this growing up. There was one store that had it, and we had to travel all over the Netherlands to get it. And I really, really wanted it just so I could have more than, 2 hours of battery life out of my Game Gear. And you would wear this big fat thing on your belt. All the cool kids were doing it. All the cool kids were wearing their battery packs on the belt. And you had to charge for, I think, 8 hours for 3 hours of play. And then you would wear this on your belt. And then you'd be the coolest kid in class with this on your belt. Amazing.
You can take it home for $20.
I still have mine.
But do you have it in the box?
Actually, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a second one?
So this is a little bit amazing. I grew up a big SEGA kid. I mean, look at my socks here. So I was a big SEGA kid, and I had a Game Gear.
Hey, there's an easier way to get color. Get a Game Gear, the full color portable with over 150 games, like the new Echo, Mortal 2, and Sonic Triple Trouble.
SEGA! Game Gear was a bit of a flawed machine, if you will. It ate batteries. It wasn't fantastic. And Wesley, ToyBuster, had a Mega Drive, which is obviously the better machine of the two. Little did I know that the Nomad existed. So the Nomad is the handheld version of the Mega Drive that I think was only released in America, and we didn't get it here in the Netherlands. And it's this thing. It's basically a portable Mega Drive with the cartridge sticking out.
How thick is it?
It's very portable, very portable. But it's amazing. This one is modded, so it has a nice and bright new screen. I'm kind of tempted. I am. There we go. Let's finish with an Hadouken. It's nice for the footage. Boom. There we go. Oh. Beautiful. I think this is going on the long-term hunt list, but what a beautiful machine.
Oh yes, the SEGA Nomad, the handheld I wanted my childhood Game Gear to be. Back in the SEGA versus Nintendo console wars of the late 80s and early 90s, I was fully on Team SEGA. Streets of Rage 2 is probably still my favorite game of all time. If you weren't around for it, the whole tribalism around Nintendo and SEGA back in those days might seem a little bit silly now, but trust me, back then it got intense. The aggressive SEGA marketing machine totally worked on me and kind of still does to this day. This is the SEGA Game Gear Micro that they did for the 30th anniversary of the SEGA Game Gear. It still has me buying like art books about the old sort of product design of the hardware and the art of the games. Amazing book, by the way, I can highly recommend it. But maturity is admitting that those OG first-party Nintendo games like Zelda and Mario were probably the better games. Speaking of games, we did one last walk around to check out all the arcade machines and all the retro games on display here at RetroHeaven.
This is exciting.
After checking out the cosplay contest and watching the tombola winners collect their prizes, it was time for Wesley and me to hit the road. The car's AC was calling us.
Ooh, time to go home. I'm so hot and sweaty.
Yes, me too.
We're both smelling like stinkors up in here.
Yes, I'm gonna make it take a distance here.
That was a fun show.
Yes,
man.
it was.
Very hot, but very fun. I think they did a nice mix, right? Of retro
Yes.
games and vintage toys.
Nice, small, but very, just diverse in everything.
Diverse and cozy. We're gonna head out and we're gonna make our way back to Holland with full backpacks and sweaty bodies.
And empty cases for Marcus.
Woo! There you go, Marcus. Like, share, and subscribe.
Now, RetroHeaven might not have the crazy, overwhelming overload of toys that a Toyplosion might have, but what it does have is a very nice mix of retro video games and retro toys and exhibitions and trading cards and wrestling and cosplay and overall good vibes, which makes the entire thing kind of feel like a summer festival for collectors. Shout out to the organization. We'll see you guys next year, hopefully with cooler weather. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what toy you would have picked up from RetroHeaven. And while you're at it, like, share, subscribe, and be kind. Keep it mint in mind.